What if we didn't play Brainstorm? That's the question. A couple weeks ago, Bryant Cook, uploaded a video, Rakdos Relay, the future of the Epic Storm. And well, we're sort of expanding on that idea today. Today we are running Veil of Summer in our deck, so we are running green. We're running the Thoughtseizes that overperformed in that video, but no blue other than Echo of Aeons, which you could argue that this deck is Jund splashing Echo, but I think that this list might have some potential, and we're going to try it today in a Legacy League. So I've been playing Thoughtseize in the sideboard for the last week or 2 weeks. I've really been enjoying it. I've been boarding it in a bunch of matchups. If you paid for our Patreon, you would have had this information sooner. I uploaded the list that I'm playing in Eternal Weekend to the Patreon along with the sideboard guide, so you get rewarded if you support us. You might as well sign up. But that's the idea. We're losing Brainstorm. So if you look back at a couple years ago with how the lists were constructed, we had Ponder and Brainstorm. Now we have Mishra's Bauble and Galvanic Relay. We have the same number of protection we had a couple years ago, but we've just basically cut the blue cards out of the deck. This is a pure Jund mana base to support Veil of Summer and Abrupt Decay, but also an additional green card on the sideboard today with Reverent Silence. This card will allow us to beat Deafening Silence in games 2 and 3. You don't really need it in game number 1, but it's nice to know that it's possibly there. Or if you ever get paired against Enchantress, just Michael Jordan slam dunk on them. I don't know if this is actually a card we want to be playing, but I had a 15th sideboard slot. You could play Massacre, but I don't think Massacre is actually very good against the initiative deck, so there's no real point in playing it. We do gain Grapeshot back, so when we cut Brainstorm, we move some Thoughtseizes from the sideboard to the main deck, and it created some sideboard slots for Grapeshot and Reverent Silence. I don't know if these are actually what we want to be playing. They're always sort of like the Grapeshot's like always like the 16th or 17th sideboard slot, and then Reverent Silence is maybe top 20. So there's probably other cards we could play here, like Surgical Extractions or something, but this is what we're doing today. And I'm just excited to be playing this. The main deck Tendrils is back. Basically, I didn't want 8 protection spells in the main deck. I feel like the Tendrils is probably a little bit better there. So we are running a high converted mana value deck. We're running 8 2-mana spells, 3 relays, a Tendrils, and an Echo for our Ad Nauseam. It might get a little bit ugly, but we have black cards to imprint onto Chromox for the first time in a very long time. So that should help. We do have Opals and stuff, so hopefully it's not too bad, but it's what we're doing. And once again, if you've been watching the channel the last few weeks, you would already know this, but in the month of December, if you sign up for a YouTube membership, you can do that using the join button down below near the description. You get access to all videos early, so you could even watch this video early if you signed up. I mean, you'd have to know to sign up to watch this, but whatever. You get the idea. So you get access to videos early. It's typically a $50 membership perk. You get it for $5 in the month of December. Also, Silicon Dynasty is coming up by Eminence Gaming. It's a CDH 4K in San Jose, January 14th to the 15th. You can go to eminence.events to sign up for that. They're great people. They run terrific events. I highly recommend doing that. And that's what I've got. So I'm just going to hop on in and play match number 1. I hope to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, early access to videos, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, such as theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Match number 1, we are on the play with no blue, the Epic Storm. This is an explosive hand, so we have 4 mana, 7 mana, 8 mana. This is a turn 1 Ad Nauseam on the play. Keep. Alright, Garland. I hope you're not playing a Force of Will deck. Rite of Flame. Lotus Petal. Let's make a black mana, play the Wishclaw. Storm is 3. Rite of Flame again. Lion's Eye Diamond. Make 3 black. Activate Wishclaw, and well, right off the bat, we're putting Ad Nauseam on the stack. I guess we're going to get to test the mana value of this deck. And it resolves. little bit of lag there. I don't like that. But a great start with double Chrome Mox. We're at 9 already, revealing both a Relay and an Echo. Lion's Eye Diamond. There's the Tendrils. I'll stop there. It's fine. Play out a Bobble. Let's look at their top card, see if they concede or not. They revealed an Echo of Aeons. Really? Okay. I appreciate the info, opponent. Play out a Chrome Mox. We'll imprint a Veil of Summer. Lotus Petal. Chrome Mox. Imprint Relay. Sacrifice the Lotus Petal for a black. Dark Ritual. Tendrils of Agony. Turn 1 win on the play. We revealed the Tendrils, Echo, and a Relay, and we were okay. So, a lot of zeros in this deck. You know, maybe the average mana value is just fine. So, we're facing another combo deck. Do we want to change anything? Relay isn't amazing in the combo mirror, so maybe we'll try bringing in another Thoughtseize. And just try this, leaving in 2 Relays. We're on the draw for game number 2. This isn't bad. So this is almost an empty with Thoughtseize. So I'm kind of tempted to keep this. We could always Echo as well. Not really sure what the opponent's playing, but they've taken a mulligan. To 5 now. Urza Saga. Okay. Lotus Petal. Chalice of the Void on 1. So they're Urza Echo. They have 2 cards. Interesting. Take a draw. So this leaves me just short of a turn 1 empty the Warrens. I'm going to play out the Bobble, get a little bit of info. And hopefully this also allows me to... Alright, so they have a Chalice on top. I think I'm supposed to get moving if that's the case then. Alright, well, Burning Wish. We have to grab the Echo here because I'm a mana short of empty. Spin the wheel. From 6. This doesn't do anything. I'm just going to go to the next one. We're not winning this, and I'm not going to say here. I've got stuff to do today, so I'm sorry. I could sit there and slowly lose the game, or we could just go to the next one. We definitely want Crash. Probably board out Relay in this matchup. Likely want Abrupt Decay as well. So now we need to find a couple cards to board out. We could put the 4 Thoughtseize back to the sideboard. And probably 1 Opal. Game 3, we're on the play. Unfortunately not. I don't love this, but am I supposed to go to 5 versus the Force of Will Chalice deck? They kept a 7. Bottom the Opal. Play Verdant, play Bobble. Target myself. Wishclaw. That is one I would like. Draw off the Bobble. Ancient Tomb. Chalice of the Void. Surprise, surprise. Lion's Eye Diamond. Chalice 0. Sure. They have 4 cards remaining in hand. It's not too common you get paired against this version of the deck. This is... I mean, and by this version, I mean most people that are willing to play Urza Echo now play 8 cast. Like, this is a little outdated. We'll grab Taiga. I don't know if it actually makes a difference here. Play out the Wishclaw. It resolves and we'll pass. They play an island, so we now know that they're playing blue. We assume that they were, but you never really know. They could have been on some sort of weird Karn Forge deck with only Echo. Pretty not probable, but theoretically they could be. Abrupt Decay. Not quite. We'll pass the turn. The Chalice 0 probably hurting our opponent as well. They are a deck with lots of zeros in it. Narset. I wouldn't be surprised if they already have the Echo. They've been pausing a bunch so far this game, thinking about using this Lion's Eye Diamond. And here's the Echo itself. Okay. They're now using Narset. They find Days Undoing. Discards a Mox Opal. I'm going to call it. We are now 0-1. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Match number 2. We are on the play. I mean, I'm not going to say no to the absolute nuts. Keep. Okay. Verdant. Lotus Petal. Lion's Eye Diamond. Opal. Diamond. Veil of Summer. They are on a blue deck. They pitch Ledger Shredder. Sacrifice for blue. Sacrifice for black. Flashback Echo. From 7. Pretty darn good. Dark Ritual. Lion's Eye Diamond. We will play Wishclaw Talisman. Storm 10. This is a must force or the opponent is dead. And they know it and they concede. Love it. Versus Delver, we do want Abrupt Decay for Maddening Hex and Counterbalance, so we'll bring that in. Not entirely sure of the board plan with this version. I think you're probably still supposed to board out Ad Nauseam and 1 Opal. So far, the lack of Brainstorm has not really mattered, but we haven't drawn too many Thoughtseizes either, so who knows. Game number 2, we're on the draw. I have 2 lands, an Abrupt Decay, an action spell, and double protection. I mean, the Opal here isn't live, but there's a lot of cards that make this hand insane. If we draw a Lion's Eye Diamond, for example, we have a double Echo protected. Like, it's insane. So I'm going to keep this. They very quickly mulligan to 4. Wow. Maybe they're digging hard for that Maddening Hex. Okay, they're on 4. Underground Sea. So they're not on... Weird. So we saw a Forcible pitching Ledger Shredder, and then they lead on Underground Sea. Verdant and pass. They play Ponder. They did not shuffle. They kept with an island. 3 cards remain in hand. Echo. Okay, that was a good one. Fetch. Grab Taiga. Now let's grab Bayou with this one. Play a Wishclaw. One has 3 cards and they're going to force it. So you might be thinking, why not play out the Burning Wish first? It's a valid thing. In the back of my mind, I am a little bit worried about Surgical. So I was like, if a card gets Surgical, I'd rather Wishclaw get Surgical than the Burning Wish. So that was my thought process. Maybe it's wrong, but it's what I went with. I'm going to cast a Brainstorm and now Thoughtseize. They have 1 card in hand. I'm probably losing my Burning Wish here. Yep. The old tap out with double Veil in hand plan. Did not go well. Well, that was a good one. Whoops. Let's Veil. And spin the wheel. Boo. Use the Mire. We'll grab Badlands. Thoughtseize you. They do have Surgical in their deck. Let's take the Surgical. Because I want to Thoughtseize them again, and I don't want them Surgicaling my Thoughtseizes. Play the Bauble. Chrome Mox. And I'm just emptying my hand, which is going to turn off their Thoughtseizes. And then we'll target them again and take their force. Pass the turn. In their upkeep, we will Bauble them. So this way on our turn, we draw 2 cards. They find Ledger Shredder. It's a pretty good one. We left them with a bunch of cards that don't do anything, and now they have a card to filter those cards. Scalding Tarn. They play the Shredder. If they want, they could cast Thoughtseize here, just to trigger the Shredder. They grab a Badlands. And they do. So now they get a Ledger Shredder trigger. Discards the other Thoughtseize. So they have Torok, Volcanic Island, and 1 unknown. So we get 2 draws here. 1 off Mishra's Bauble and 1 for our draw step. Okay, so we can probably Veil of Summer the Torok on their turn. They're getting in with the Bird Brain. We'll go to 12. Alright, so they reveal a card that they drew instead of the Volcanic. Here comes a Kicked Torok Dead Cantor. Or Dread Cantor, my bad. Reading's difficult. Cast the Veil of Summer. We draw a Lotus Petal. They have 4 power in play. Not a lot going on here. We're just going to play our land and pass. You draw another Surgical? Play Verdant Catacombs. When there's no Brainstorm in your deck, you always want to play out lands. There's no real value to holding them. They cast Ponder. They did not shuffle off the Ponder. They play the Volcanic, and I don't know anything they have left in hand at this point. 2 mana. For a Kroxa. This triggers the Ledger Shredder. Lake of the Dead. Their deck is wild. Sure, I'll get rid of Lotus Petal. The Tendrils might be able to buy me a turn, so I don't really want to discard it. And another Kroxa. Oh, brutal. I guess we could look at this game and say my aggressiveness with the Echo cost me, because I could have just sat there and chose not to Echo when our opponent had 1 card in hand. So now they're swinging for 6, and I'm going to go to 5. Draw for turn. Rite of Flame does not do it. And here we saw one of the issues that I have with the Tendrils, which is it's not actually an action spell in your deck a lot of the time. It's just sort of a blank piece of cardboard. It's either a 0 or a 10. I'm going to resubmit and just kind of hope that we play better Magic. Do I want... I'm going to try no... I'm going to board the Ad Nauseam back in. We're just going to go back to our game 1 configuration. This is risky. This is very, very risky. Let's try it out. We are dead to a Force of Will. We saw game 2 that our opponent was willing to mulligan to Force of Will. They went all the way down to 4 cards. Okay. Mishra's Bauble. Lotus Petal. I'm hoping that they Force of Will the Rite of Flame here, because I want the Rite of Flame to look like I'm trying to lead into a relay. And that all happens. Blue, black. Echo of Aeons. Might as well use all the blue. We don't have any other blue cards in our deck. And they did mulligan to Force. I'm going to pick it up. We're now 0-2. So even with the extra protection in the deck, it hasn't mattered yet. Not really a great start to this league, but I don't know how much of it's the deck's fault. Let's see if we can win the last 3. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and Mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Match 3. So I was thinking about the previous match in between rounds, and I think this hand is another great example. So I echoed and I had double Thoughtseize Bauble, and my first draw off the Bauble is a Tendrils of Agony. So granted, if we were playing the Brainstorm list, those aren't Tendrils, but I could have Brainstormed with a fetch land in play, fetched, then cast another Brainstorm that could have theoretically found a win. Instead, I had to pass the turn and ultimately lose the game. So the Thoughtseizes did matter there. And here, I'm going to keep this hand. But if these were Brainstorms, this hand, in my opinion, would be a lot better. So right now, I am higher on Brainstorm than I am Thoughtseize. I mean, this league is a good experiment just for myself, even if I decided not to publish it because it went so poorly. I'm learning something in this league, and I think that has a lot of value, because a lot of people post in the Storm Discord just cut blue already, as if Brainstorm isn't a powerful card, or if it's not worth the tax of playing blue on the mana base, but it's worth so much more than that, in my opinion. It's a consistency card, and that loss you could attribute to me being too aggressive with my mulligans, but you could also look at it as if those were Brainstorms, we were pretty probable to win that game. They're on Sneak and Show. They have a lot of targets. for show and tell. So it's kind of wrong to take one of the big cards because they don't really matter. All they need to do is find show and tell. Okay, I'm going to sit on this Thoughtseize for a turn. I could cast it right now, and if they draw show and tell, they'll be able to, you know, get me or whatever. But I don't think that casting it right away to discard like an Omniscience is necessarily worth it. They play a Volcanic, so they still have these +1. Bobble. Target them. Another Griselbrand. I'm going to sit tight. They fetch away the Gristle. Taiga. Also a fellow Veil of Summer gamer. We do have a Grapeshot in our sideboard today. We play Ancient Tomb, so it's still same 4 of 5. We've not found a payoff yet. Pass. They pass back. We'll take a draw. Could probably cast this. They've got straight nothing. Doo-doo. Take the Omniscience, I guess. Pass the turn. They play the city. Lotus Petal. Storm 1. The beats. Draw for turn. Alright, so this claw should do the trick. We should be expecting our opponent to have Veil of Summer in the post-board games. Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. Wishclaw Talisman. It's summertime. Veil. Lion's Eye Diamond. Storm 6. Storm 7. And now we will cast Chrome Mox holding priority. Add black. We're 1 mana short of Burning Wish Tendrils. And they're at 19 and not 18, so we're going to put Ad Nauseam on the stack. Cast it. We got to do the Chrome Mox trick again. Kind of cool. Okay. 13 life. There's a Burning Wish, Veil of Summer. Flip. We can stop there. So Chrome Mox happens now. Imprint a Dark Ritual. Go fetch up another red source. 2 Taigas. Rite of Flame. Dark Ritual. Diamond. Burning Wish. And our opponent concedes. Probably want Thoughtseize number 4 and we'll board out 1 relay. Submit. Game number 2. I believe that we're supposed to keep this, so we'll try it out. It does need like a Lion's Eye Diamond to really get moving, but I don't know. The hand we're dealt. Opponent is on 5 cards and they lead on City of Traders. Uh-oh. Turn 1 Goblin Rabble Master. Spicy. Okay. We have a first turn Wishclaw. Imprint a Thoughtseize. Play a Wishclaw. Opal. Bobble. Let's fire off the Thoughtseize now. Second Rabble, wow. Just be lazy and do this now. Trinisphere? What? Oh, jeez. Okay. Discard never beats the top of their deck. Yeah. Devastating. We do have Pulverize as an out, but I think we're going to be dead to the Rabble Master first. Jeez. Yeah, I'm just going to go to game 3. We've lost this one. Okay, I guess. So now we're forced to bring in Abrupt Decay, Crash. Board out the relays. 62 cards. I'm going to board out the Tendrils. Maybe an Opal. No, we can board out Thoughtseize 4. Okay, let's submit this. This league is such a nightmare. So this is the hand that we keep, and then they force a Will Me after Trinisphering me in game number 2. Let's go, Taiga. Rite of Flame. Lotus Petal. May I have a Dark Ritual? Lion's Eye Diamond. They're pausing on the diamond. Cast Burning Wish. Let's add some blue. See if they let it resolve. Storm is 5. It resolves. We'll grab Empty the Warrens. You won with goblins. I want to win with goblins. Okay. Pass the turn. They play Tropical Island, Lotus Petal. Take a draw. I realized that after I played my turn, I was supposed to keep Bayou and not the Taiga, because if I drew Thoughtseize here, I could cast it. And I can't cast Thoughtseize off Taiga, so that was a mistake I made in hindsight. The opponent concedes the game and we win! 1 and 2, 2 matches left. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. Round 4 on the draw. I'm going to keep this hand. I don't actually know what our opponent's playing, but this hand just buries blue decks, so that's what we're looking to do here. They lead off on Polluted Delta into Watery Grave. I have to imagine that this is Death Shadow. Ponder. They do not shuffle off the Ponder. We'll take a draw. Okay. Play the Verdant and pass. You could try to relay on one. I feel like it's a little bit aggressive. Misty. Please don't be Hinmatorok. Damn. It is in fact him. So they have Day's Force here to back it up. And we will cast the Veil and pray that it resolves. Yep. So I was stuck in a weird spot where I had to choose between maximizing my relay or playing around Days. And obviously it didn't really work. Okay, I mean, that wasn't terrible. Draw for turn. It's a bobble. I could try to relay. I think I want to just wait a little bit. Like a relay for 3 or possibly 4. I don't know. I want to try to get more out of it. They're at 10 already. We know that they have 5 cards in hand, now 6 with their draw step, but one of them is a Watery Grave. They're at 8 life. Another him. Let's attempt the Veil. Ad Nauseam, huh? That's a good one. They have 4 cards in hand. We draw. Alright, I will now cast Galvanic Relay. You bullied me into it. Red and Relay for 4. We have 1 card in hand. It's obviously a good one. Well, that's mana to cast Ad Nauseam. And their upkeep, let's bobble. Basic Island. They play a Verdant Catacombs. In their end step, well, let's look at their top card again. Wasteland. So we draw 3 cards plus our relay card. So Badlands, Rite of Flame, protection spell. No such luck. Lotus Petal. See if they try to counter any of our mana here. They do not. Play the land. Ad Nauseam. Turn 5. And it resolves. Hell yeah. Do 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 do. We're at 7. Now we're at 1. Typically you don't have to worry about lightning bolts out of shadow, so hopefully I don't get got here. Play out the opal. So that was an Ad Nauseam for 20 cards, even though we added Tendrils into the deck. Dark Ritual. Play out this bobble. Opal. Let's cast a Burning Wish. Grab the Tendrils. Target you. So we've beaten Shadow in game number 1. We'll bring in 1 Decay and board out 1 Opal. I don't actually like Decay in the matchup. Like, Delver has Maddening Hex and Counterbalance, but I found that a lot of the time, Shadow, if they have anything, it's like 1 Null Rod, and you don't really want to draw Decay most of the time. So I don't want to board out a key card like Ad Nauseam or Echo just to have a second copy of Decay. Game number 2. We've opened on the Decay. I'm going to try this. I mean, it's a little bit clunky, but against a deck with Thoughtseize and Hinmatorok, it has a lot of action, so you'll have something to do eventually. Opponent mulligans to 6. They play Polluted Delta and they pass. We take a draw step. Ad Nauseam. We're going to hold the bobble for relay. Watery Grave untapped. End step Brainstorm. So it looks like they're setting up a Hymnatorok here. Wasteland. We have a basic in this list for what it's worth. Dark Ritual. I'm just going to pass back for now. They cycle a Street Wraith down to 15. Breeding Pool. Those things do not cast Hymnatorok. Take a draw. Veil of Summer. In their upkeep, we'll use Bobble. 5 in hand. Surgical Extraction. And they pass back. Draw off the Bobble. Then we draw for turn. Play Petal. I think I'm just going to discard this Decay. They find Brainstorm and cast it. No fetch lands, so not a perfect Brainstorm. Draw for turn. The Chrome Mox. Play it. I think we want to imprint the Burning Wish. Grab the basic Swamp. Dark Ritual. Alright, so now we get to relay for 3. We know that they have a Surgical, so I think I'm supposed to fetch first. Galvanic Relay. Bloodstained Mire. Thoughtseize. Diamond. Relay for 4. They will get to Wasteland my Badlands, but I don't really care about that. Another Diamond, Wishclaw, Tendrils. Goodbye, Badlands. They just draw and pass, going to clean up. They discard him. Beautiful mana base. Wasteland, Breeding Pool. I love it. Let's start on the Mire. I'm sorry, Lion's Eye Diamond. Lion's Eye Diamond. Got the Bobble. Fetch. Grab Taiga. Veil of Summer. They pitch a Daze. Imprint. Oh, they're responding to Chrome Mox. Sure. You dead. And then they concede, so we're now 2-2 with 1 match left to go. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. No red source in hand, I don't care. We're keeping it. The 5th and final round. This hand is bananas. I draw any artifact off the top. We have Thoughtseize into a turn 1 relay. Or if I just draw a red source, we can do it on turn 2. Our opponent accidentally skipped their first turn. Not ideal for them. Wrong kind of artifact. I should have been more specific. We'll Thoughtseize. Concede out of embarrassment? Come on. Do it. Do it. Alright, so they let it resolve. Here it is. Yeah, I mean, that's a brutal hand to accidentally skip. I believe we just have to take the Dark Ritual here. Would have much preferred a shame concession. We have to pass. I can't relay. They're going to Thoughtseize me and take my relay. Voidwalker, sure thing. Swamp into Thoughtseize. Goodbye, Galvanic Relay. Imagine how good that would have been if that draw was like a Chrome Mox or a Lotus Petal instead. Whew. And now we'll draw the card I needed last turn. Yep, I've played Magic before. Wow! Okay, so it's not ideal because we have to lose our Lotus Petal, but I still get to relay here. Okay. Relay being a little bit better than a Ponder at the moment. So the one-sided wheel for 6. Love it. Pass. We know that they have City of Traders, and they're a mana short of Karn, at least that we know of. Okay, we take a draw. Ooh, that hurts. Alright, play the Petal. Opal. Can we do this? I don't think we can. It's awkward. We're probably dead to Karn on their turn. Play out the Wishclaw. So I can Opal go get Lion's Eye Diamond, but Lion's Eye Diamond doesn't allow me to cast this Echo because the Echo's in exile. Play the untapped Opal, I guess. Chrome Mox in play is probably better than Chrome Mox in exile. And I'm forced to pass the turn and lose to Karn. Bobble you. Alright, and now I can just concede. So, no shame concession resulted in a loss for us. Darn. We'll get rid of the Veils. We definitely want Crash. Likely want Abrupt Decay. And I think we can just submit this. I still like Relay in the matchup. It's good against this card. Game 2. I mean, I would love to keep this, but does this play the type of Magic we want to play in the matchup? I guess we're going to find out. Play the Mire. Bobble. Target myself. Don't want that, so we'll fetch. Grab Badlands, pass the turn. They play a Chromox, Imprinting. Plague Engineer, okay. Dark Ritual. That's a Thoughtseize. Burning Wish down. Amnitorok. 3 cards remain in hand. So, I wasn't expecting Hymns, or else I wouldn't have boarded out the Veils. I thought that they were just a 4 Thoughtseize deck. If there is a Game 3, I'll probably adjust my board. We draw the worst card in the deck, Tendrils of Agony. I hate that card so much. Like, I've been so happy without it in my main deck. And playing this version where we have it in the main again, it's just reminding me how much I can't stand the card. They play Opposition Agent. Okay. Or Imprint Opposition Agent, I should say. They have 1 card remaining in hand. Thoughtseize. Buy Chromox. Even the opponent knows that Tendrils is garbage. Alright, let's go get an Echo of Aeons. A little bit awkward because we don't have any blue lands in our deck, so I have to draw Lion's Eye Diamond to cast this. Perfect. Just like we drew it up. Pass the turn. They Thoughtseize, and now they can take the Echo. Yep. Pass the turn. A second copy of Voidwalker. They attack for 3. We go to 13. Pass. I think at this point I'm praying to get up to the point where I can just Tendrils for 7 from hand. We're at 7. So I'm forced to go for it next turn. Because this puts me to 1 and I'm dead if I don't do anything else. They drew the Ancient Tomb. No Karn? No Karn. So I can buy time with the Tendrils, but it's not a great solution. Tendrils for 4. Realistically, I knew that getting to 7 was going to be tough without Brainstorm in the deck to create additional Storm. Because you don't have anything that draws and replaces anymore on the same turn between Bobble and Galvanic Relay not having Brainstorm. So getting to just chaining cantrips isn't really an option. And we are dead to Helm. Sweet. This was a miserable experience. I'll just concede because they're just going to sit there. Alright, so we went 2 and 3. I feel like I actually missed Brainstorm a lot more than I expected to. I think with 3 Relay, 4 Veil, and then 3 Thoughtseize, you just have too much protection in your deck. Galvanic Relay is actually a protection spell. Alex McKinley has an article coming out on the Epic Storm. Currently, as I record this, it's available for Patreon members. Even the $2 membership gets you articles early, so you can find that article in the card above. But Galvanic Relay is really a secret protection spell, and this list essentially has 10 protection spells in it, so I just felt like it was too much. And we never really got to leverage Grapeshot or Reverend Sounds, which are the slots that were opened up by playing Thoughtseize in the main instead of the sideboard. So I'd say overall, Jund TES is probably not where you want to be. I think you actually do want Brainstorm. So that's my findings. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, but I do not plan on playing this again anytime soon. It was miserable. But I've said that already. I'm just going to go eat some pizza now. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.